On September 26, 2022, a motorcycle suddenly caught fire on the streets of Shantou City, Guangdong Province. When a 16-year-old student passed by and discovered the fire, she borrowed a fire extinguisher from a nearby convenience store and used 2 fire extinguishers in succession. After about 5 minutes, the fire was under control. The police later arrived at the scene, and fortunately, no one was injured. Driven by Chinese Communist Party's subsidy policy, China's electric vehicle sales have surpassed traditional fuel vehicles. But EVs often experience accidents such as explosions and intelligent driving failures. Let's talk about this topic today. But before we do, we would like to invite you to subscribe. Your support is our greatest motivation and allows us to bring you more valuable content. Now, moving on. Millions of electric vehicles are reportedly abandoned in so-called EV graveyards in China. They are located in at least 6 cities, including Hangzhou, Nanjing, and Chongqing. It's obviously a new car. Why is it left here to rust? In fact, these zombie cars are used by manufacturers to defraud Chinese government subsidies. To encourage automakers to manufacture new energy vehicles, the Chinese government provides subsidies of varying degrees, ranging from thousands to tens of thousands of dollars for each electric vehicle produced. Some manufacturers produce electric cars on a scale and then rely on them to receive government subsidies. However, since these cars have no market competitiveness at all, they cannot be sold and are piled up in electric vehicle graveyards. Although China has produced a large number of electric vehicles under the government's promotion, there is still much room for improvement in technological maturity and safety standards. Recently, the accident of a Xiaomi SU7 electric car has become the focus. A few days ago, a Xiaomi SU7 crashed into a guardrail and caught fire on an expressway in Anhui Province. The car doors locked automatically, causing 3 female college students in the car to be burned to death. The related news was quickly blocked on Chinese social media. On March 30th, a video circulated online showed that a Xiaomi SU7 caught fire on a highway in China. Other pictures showed that the frame in front of the car were almost completely burned. Information from the Anhui Province Expressway Travel Service website shows that on the Qizhou city section of the GO321 expressway at 2312 on March 29th, a car with license plate number EAAV1226 collided with the center divider guardrail and caught fire. A netizen with the online name Live in Peaceful Time posted that she was the mother of one of the girls who died. Her daughter and 2 other girls drove to Qizhou City, Anhui Province to take the civil service exam. The accident happened at 10:45 p.m. that day. The car hit the guardrail and caught fire, but the door was automatically locked, preventing the 3 people from escaping. The fire burned for an hour before the firefighters and traffic police arrived. The mother complained bitterly. Why? Xiaomi's technicians deserve to die. Why did they release such immature things to harm people? My child is a college student at the age of blossoming flowers. They shouldn't suffer this kind of torture. Another netizen said that the girl in the accident was her niece, who was 23 years old and was about to graduate from college. She drove to Qizhou Anhui with 2 female classmates to take the civil service exam. Unexpectedly, the car suddenly lost control and hit the guardrail on the highway. The doors were locked, the front of the car caught fire, and it was burned to ashes. Song Zeyun is a family member of one girl who died. This is the video she posted.
I
I am from Huangshi City, Hebei Province. My name is Song Zeyun. This is my ID card, and you can see my ID clearly. The police said that the preliminary analysis was that the car was completely burned, as everyone can see in the photos. The car door is deadly locked and cannot be opened. The first two girls were both burned to death. The girl in the backseat was rescued by passers-by, but she died on the way to the hospital. One of the girls was an only child in the family, and all her parents were very sad. I went there today to see how the police confirmed the accident. When we went there on the first day, the police's initial diagnosis was that the car door was locked, something like that. As for the specific situation, we have to wait and see what the police say today. Mr. Hu, a pseudonym, the boyfriend of one of the girls who died, told mainland media that his girlfriend was driving the car that day. Before this, her girlfriend had been driving for 3 years. He transferred the Xiaomi SU7 to his girlfriend half a year ago. Before the accident, his girlfriend had driven more than 10,000 kilometers and was a skilled driver. Mr. Hu said that the 3 girls set out from Wuhan at around 5 p.m. that day, and they rested twice on the way. One time was between 7 and 8 o'clock when his girlfriend charged the car and took a rest. The second time was at 9 o'clock when they got off the highway to rest again. Afterwards, the accident occurred at 10:44. Mr. Hu revealed that as of April 1st, Xiaomi's working group still had not contacted the family. A spokesperson for Xiaomi responded to the incident, saying that the vehicle was in NOA Intelligent Assistance driving mode before the accident. Due to road construction and repairs, the vehicle detected an obstacle, issued a warning, and began to slow down. The driver then took over the vehicle and entered the human driving state, and then the vehicle collided with the concrete pile of the isolation belt. The last speed that the system could confirm before the collision was about 97 kilometers an hour. In response to Xiaomi, netizens said that Xiaomi put all the blame on the driver, as if the collision was caused by the driver's failure to slow down in time. But the problem is, from the driving records released by Xiaomi, we can see that the intelligent driving issued a slowdown reminder at 10:44:24, and by 10:44:26 the car had already collided. How could the driver react in 2 seconds? The father of one of the victims questioned, when the car detected an obstacle ahead, shouldn't the AEB be triggered immediately to slow down? From the 44th second warning to the 46th second collision, the car can do a lot of things in 2 seconds, but people can't do anything. I really want to complain about Xiaomi's traffic accident. I'm not complaining about Xiaomi, but about new energy vehicles. I think this problem will exist in all new energy vehicles. First of all, the self-driving logic makes me speechless. When encountering an emergency during intelligent driving, the car's first reaction is to directly blame the driver. I think everyone who has used intelligent driving should have experienced this situation. I used to think that this matter was no big deal, but now I realize the problem is very serious. Look at the driving record released by Xiaomi. It was handed over to people to handle at 44:24. At 44:26, 2 seconds later, the car had already crashed. I just want to know who could react within these 2 seconds. The blogger also said that many people posted videos saying that the car doors have mechanical handles and can be opened from the inside. However, this mechanical door opening method is usually hidden, which means it's seldom used, and the driver cannot remember where it is at once. What's more, when a traffic accident happens, the car catches fire, and people are in a daze. For safety reasons, car companies should not secretly hide these life-saving devices and physical buttons. Xiaomi's official information shows that the Xiaomi intelligent driving system is divided into 2 solutions, namely Xiaomi Pilot Pro and Xiaomi Pilot Max. The standard version of Xiaomi SU7 is equipped with the Pro version of the intelligent driving system, but not with the laser radar. Some technicians analyze that without LiDAR, the recognition effect of pure visual mode at night is relatively poor, and there may be problems with obstacle recognition not being timely and in place. After this tragic accident, many netizens believe that electric vehicle technology is still immature and there are safety issues. One netizen said, "Stop producing electric cars, stop playing with life, okay?" Gasoline cars can also have accidents, but they are not as scary as electric cars. Gasoline cars are more mature. Some experts point out that electric vehicle batteries explode too quickly and are highly lethal, so drivers should avoid over-reliance on the automated features of electric vehicles.
电车的爆燃
The explosion power of an EV is far greater than vehicle self-ignition, which causes greater harm to people. The time for escape is extremely short, and it may even burn to ashes in a few seconds or 10 seconds. Therefore, when we drive an EV, we should pay special attention to controlling the speed, especially not simply handing the car over to so-called intelligent driving system and disregarding our own safety. For Chinese drivers, over-reliance on the automated features of electric vehicles can easily lead to accidents. The following video is another example. Another accident involving automatic parking. Recently, an M7 owner turned on the automatic parking function, got out of the car, clapped his hands, and left. At this time, a Wuling pickup truck drove forward for a while and then stopped. The M7 drove forward for a while and then started to reverse, but the front of the car scraped the rear bed of the Wuling, which stunned the owner of the Wuling. So the question is, if an automatic parking car has an accident, will the insurance pay the claim? It's not easy for Chinese drivers to obtain insurance compensation. While the tragedy of the Xiaomi SU7 explosion continues to simmer, another electric car explosion accident occurred in Linyi City, Shandong Province. On April 2nd, multiple videos and photos were circulated online in China showing an electric vehicle catching fire and exploding on the side of Kaiyang Road in Linyi City. Fortunately, the owner was not seriously injured. Judging from the video, the explosion was powerful. The car's chassis seemed to be intact, but the front part was already in tatters and the rear part was blown into pieces, scattered over an area of dozens of meters. Some debris even flew across the road. There was a white car parked in front of the exploded one. Next to the car was a man whose pants and shirt were half burned. He was suspected to be the driver who escaped from the exploded vehicle. It seems that the man is not seriously injured except for the burns. Some mainland media reported that based on the license plate and logo, the vehicle that exploded was a Wuling brand electric van. A local netizen said that a gas tank in the car exploded and the window glass of a nearby school was shattered. Merchants nearby said the explosion was loud and like thunder, and it was probably the hydrogen cylinder on the car that exploded and caught fire. However, a video shows that the car is in flames and the explosion site seems to be located in front of the car. The explosion produced a white ball of light and ejected a large amount of what appeared to be white debris. Some netizens revealed that the car suddenly caught fire while driving, detonating the hydrogen cylinder in the car. Electric bikes in China often self-ignite too. This is a very thrilling scene captured by the surveillance camera. At around 10 o'clock in the morning, a fire broke out in the electric bike shed in front of me. A bike caught fire and black smoke billowed instantly. Within a few seconds, the fire grew bigger and bigger and spread to the surrounding area. If so many electric bikes catch fire, the loss will be huge. The security guard was also very dedicated. He noticed the abnormality the first time and rushed over with the fire extinguisher. The fire has now spread to 2 meters. The security guard tried to put out the fire with the fire extinguisher, but after spraying all the extinguishers, he still couldn't suppress the flames. Later, another security guard arrived. However, there were already more than a dozen electric bikes on fire at that time, which a single fire extinguisher could not suppress. 2 minutes later, the fire was completely out of control. The 2 security guards knew there was no way out, so they started rescuing the bikes. They tried to push the bikes out, but they were all locked and stacked densely. By the time they pushed out 2 electric cars, the fire had already reached their front. In the end, they could only watch these bikes burn to ashes. Hundreds of electric bikes were burned to ashes. Such a scene is heartbreaking. On fire, will the car explode? A car suddenly caught fire while waiting for the traffic light. The car exploded, and flames and thick smoke continued to emerge from the roof. There was a white car parked next to the burning vehicle, but because the traffic light at the intersection is red, the white car does not dare move forward and can only stop where it is, motionless. But the fire from the vehicle nearby is about to burn the white car. This scene made passers-by nearby extremely anxious, and they didn't know if there was anyone in the burning car. The driver of the white car next to them should have been anxious at this time. He is worrying that he might be fined and penalized if he drove forward, and he is also worrying about being burned by the car next to him. At this extremely critical moment, a passerby ran to the window of the white car and waved desperately, asking the driver to drive away quickly. Only then did the white car drive away. However, the fire in the vehicle is getting more and more intense at this time. Is there still anyone in the car? China's automobile industry is seriously complex and difficult to understand, and brutal price wars have forced prices of electric vehicles to fall again and again. In order to reduce costs, car companies use inferior materials. On March 29th, a female car owner in Beijing posted a video online complaining that the accelerator pedal of her new Neo ES8, which she bought for $70,000, broke after just over a month of purchase and only 20 days of driving. She discovered that it was made of plastic. The video shows that the fracture is at the pedal joint. Not only is the fracture very thin, but there is also a hole in the middle. The lady asked how the driver's life safety could be guaranteed. This is the latest ES8 2024 model. Let's look at the vehicle identification code first. It's brand new with just 1,000 kilometers driven and more than 30 days of driving. In fact, it's only been driven for more than 20 days. There is such a serious problem. The accelerator pedal broke today. I heard a crunching sound, and after opening it, I saw that it was made of this kind of plastic. It was so thin, probably not as thick as disposable chopsticks, even thinner than disposable chopsticks, and it broke. I lifted it up and saw that it was made of plastic. Shake it and it's shaking back and forth. Who dares to use such material? Who dares to drive it? How dare you drive a car like this? That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.